Welcome back, Eagles, for another week of WLTV. I hope you guys had an amazing homecoming weekend. Griselda, how was your weekend?
I had a great homecoming weekend, too. I had a great time. But life isn't just about dancing. Attention all students. Parent-teacher conferences are virtual and in person this year. Virtual will be from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and in person will be from 5 p.m. to 8:30 p.m.
Attention all Light students. Light Theater will be presenting The Odd Couple from October 14th to 15th for the male cast and 20 and 21st for the female cast. All shows start at 7 p.m. Make sure you get the link.
It's funny in October, so you know what that means. Cold weather and scary movie season.
I'm personally looking forward to new scary movies. Griselda, what's your favorite scary movie?
My favorite movie is the new Black Phone, which recently came out. What about yours, Leslie?
My favorite scary movie has to be the Halloween series. Here we have Kevin and Damien telling us the history of scary movies and asking around for students' favorite scary movies.
Getting into the month of scares and frights, we know horror movies are a huge topic in October. Horror movies became a genre after the release of Dracula in 1931, and in the early 1970s, horror movies started becoming popular and even mainstream after the movie The Exorcist was released in 1973. Some popular movies people still enjoy watching today released in the 80s era, including the Halloween series, Nightmare on Elm Street, Beetlejuice, and Chucky.
Matthias Clayson, author of the book Why Horror Seduces, claims that horror is pleasurable to many people because it lets us play with negative emotions and develop coping strategies. We learn what it feels like to be truly afraid, and we learn how to handle negative emotions. Horror movies are enjoyed by tens of viewers across the globe because they do a successful job at simulating life-threatening situations. Now, who doesn't like jumping out of their seat and clinching onto their popcorn in fear while adrenaline rushes through your body, waiting for an unexpected jump scare?
Fun fact to think about next time you watch a scary movie: horror films improve brain activity. Several scientific studies found that frightening scenes in horror movies help increase the adrenaline level and release neurotransmitters in the brain.
Like most people, Lighting students also enjoy a cinematic scare. We went on to find out what some of our students' favorite horror movies are.
Hey, my name is Emmanuel.
My name is Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Ben.
My name is Alondra.
My name is Elena.
Hi, my name is Angel.
Hi, my name is Hui.
Hi, my name is Alex.
Hi, my name is Dan Gonzalez.
My favorite horror movie is Halloween Ends because I love the graphic gore, violence, and basically the story in their general is pretty cool. Not even that scary at all.
My favorite scary movie is The Conjuring because it's so good.
And my favorite scary movie is The Conjuring because low-key kids are like pretty creepy. So.
My favorite horror movie is Get Out because the hidden meaning behind it is very realistic.
Scary movie is the Saw series because they're all connected, but you can watch them by themselves.
Favorite scary movie is Nightmare on Elm Street because it's pretty good and pretty scary.
And my favorite scary movie is The Conjuring because I don't know, I just like ghosts. That's it.
My favorite scary movie is probably Halloween, considering Halloween is my favorite holiday. So, I mean, considering it's just called Halloween, it's pretty high up on my list.
My favorite Halloween movie is Chucky because like it's a Halloween movie that's just my general like first go-to movie to watch, and since I'm not really that afraid of dolls, I kind of just watch it for fun usually.
Thank you, Damien and Kevin. As the seasons are changing and winding down, so is the Latin Varsity Soccer team.
We have Tony and Jay-Z to show us how the season is wrapping up.
The boys' varsity soccer team has made a very triumphant comeback recently with a 9-4-5 record since the rough start in the beginning of the season. Today we will be hearing from Coach Valentes and varsity players Pedro Santamaria, Daniel Guevara, and varsity captains Javi Solis and Avi Flores.
What do you think is different this season compared to previous seasons?
Well, the kids are always different. We get new groups of kids coming through each and every year, and I think they all have a different makeup once they all get together. This group's a little bit more squirrely, but nonetheless, they get the job done on the field.
Thoughts on Valentes managing?
Oh, that's the guy right there. You got to listen to him.
He's special. He's one of a kind, but yeah, we just got to listen what he says because he knows what he's doing. We just got to listen and understand what every move he takes for us.
I think he's a great coach. You know, he's taught us a lot, especially for me. I think I learned a lot from him, and yeah, I just think he's a great coach.
Yeah, I think he's really good at keeping us disciplined and like on focus. He lets us have like our moments where we can have fun, but when it's time to get serious, he makes it clear that it's time to get serious.
Unfortunately, you guys started pretty rough this season. What do you think accounted to that?
Well, we played 7 of the top 20 teams in our first 10 games. So when you're playing good competition, sometimes it didn't always work out for us. But what it did do is speed up our development and our chemistry as a team that has allowed us to go through the month of September undefeated.
I think it was just the idea of just like trying to get like better with each other and just trying to adjust to the new players we had. But you know that just takes time, and I feel like eventually we just came back and we're doing pretty well now.
I feel like since we were a young team, it was hard getting together in the beginning, but later on we figured it out, and now we have a winning record and we're doing good so far.
Since then, you guys have had a really good turning, 5-game winning streak, I believe. What did you do differently?
I think the kids just kind of grew up a little bit. We had a few rough patches in the beginning of the year where we were kind of not, we were kind of more individuals than we were a team, and I think credit our captains, Javi Solis and Javi Flores, for bringing the team together, keeping it positive, and since they've kind of led by example, everybody else has followed, and we've been having a little bit more fun out there, and obviously that shows up in the winning of the games.
We just worked more as a team. We talked more, we talk to each other more. Like we're not negative, and we keep our heads up no matter what comes our way.
For next week's first conference game, what are you doing differently to prepare?
Well, it's against Morton, and they're always a top 10 team in the state, and they're always a top 10 team in the country. So you guys should all come out and watch us. Game's at Thursday at West Leiden at 6:30. It's always a battle between us. We're the last conference team to beat them, and I think guys are hyped up. It's going to be for the conference championship, so you should see some great soccer that night.
We are prepared, we're ready for what's coming towards us, and we will beat more than Mustangs.
We've been taking every practice seriously, every game seriously, and we're all looking forward to that game. We're all going to beat them.
I've heard they've been in a streak lately. Best of luck to the boys as the playoffs come up.
To wrap this week up, we wanted to share a few features from around the school. Here we have Amy, Damien, and Daniel giving us more information from Leiden's latest news.
Orcasus is a dance appreciation club, so we are called the Orcasus Dance Troupe, and our focus is for students to learn a wide variety of dance styles.
Orcasus, directed by head coach and former dance competitor Miss Longstreth and assistant coach Miss Burnell, is a dance club that creatively choreographs and performs dances.
Everyone can join, whether you've danced for years or can barely move but you want to. It's not about where you're at skill level wise. It's just about if you want to learn and you're willing to learn.
Our focus is for students to be able to explore and learn different dance styles and then come up with their own choreographies and put on that showcase in the spring.
Members of the club learn about the history of different dances, practice different dance techniques, and learn how to dance ballet, modern, contemporary, jazz, waltz, salsa, and more. Senior Aisha Garcia, who is a member of the Orcasus, explains what the club means to her.
I decided to join Orcasus because my sister was a part of the dance team when she was in high school, and I thought that joining the dance team would be a way to keep me distracted from any problems I have at home. It makes me feel great because I found something that finally keeps me distracted, and it is something that I use to cope with.
Orcasus meets Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4:40 at the East Dance Studio for the month of October. No experience is required to join. It is a great way to meet new people and learn new dances.
Gosh, I really hope that they learn that anybody can dance if they want to. That it's not reserved for somebody who goes to a dance school or a dance studio, that if movement is in your heart and the songs make you want to move your body, then you can do it. So I think, with the popularity of TikTok right now, everyone is coming up and copying TikTok dances and learning that, hey, if I want to dance, I can. And that's what I want students to get out of Orcasus.
The bookstore holds materials you might need for some of your classes here at Leiden. Ms. Serrano runs the bookstore and has been running it since the end of this past school year.
The bookstore is a place where students, parents, staff can come, where they're able to, for students, you can check out books, calculators, parents can come ask questions, make payments, staff can come make deposits. It's really open for anyone, just depends, what the person needs. If you lose something, if you fail to return what's checked out to you at the beginning of the year,
you will see a fine on your account. So depending if it's a book or calculator, it's a different price. But you also need to make sure that you return what is assigned to you, because like let's say a student returns someone else's calculator, that other student is in the clear, but the initial student is still responsible for what was checked out to them. Aside from the basics like the books and calculators, we have art supplies, we have crayons, colored pencils, markers, scissors, or we have notebooks, loose leaf, rulers, anything you could think of, we probably have it.
The bookstore is located at the end of the 160 through 175 hallway. So if you ever need supplies for your class, you know where to go.
Thank you guys for tuning into this week's WLTV.
WLTV will be signing off for the next 2 weeks, but we'll be back by the end of October.
Bye, Eagles.
Any last few words for the players watching right now?
Act a little bit more mature. I don't know. I mean,